It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are a mile high at Broncos Stadium in Denver, Colorado. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And off we go from Denver. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down is Locke. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
On the option, it's Jackson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that well.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete.
Jackson.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
He'll try and run it. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go, D.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 49-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage if that was some double moves.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Block working out of the gun. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. This is taken at the 10. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Down.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third. Operating from the gun. Jackson. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down.
A gain of 21 yards.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one and another first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
First down, Ravens.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. And here's Jackson on the option. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, he had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. He may try and run, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And he's able to put it through.
Score, Ravens 10, Broncos nothing. Justin Tucker.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Clock will try again on second down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. Marcus Peters on the coverage.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Locke. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Out left side here to Bryant.
Jackson.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Ravens.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw is Jackson on third down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
And it's 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got Snead. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. First down and more for Jackson. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Stays on his feet, and he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb gets to him for a gigantic loss of 19 yards.
Justin Tucker.
So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Baltimore.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strike.
They got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
58 to Mike, 58.
Throwing now is Locke. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 24 yards the game there. Another first down as well.
10 at the 17.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Shotgun snap and again to Lindsey. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Lindsey, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Broncos draw a bit closer. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
From the gun on third down, Jackson caught right side at Snead. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Jackson to Snead that time. First down, Baltimore. To throw again is Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's second down.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. A gain of 3, second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd and 7.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing now is Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 1-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is
a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Locke. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
48 for Mike. Not today, you are. Not today.
Back to throw. Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Locke. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
For K.J. Hamler, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Today's final score, Ravens 16.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Denver Broncos.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway.
Locke going to get this out quickly. Sutton with it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Here's Moore on the return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs.
3rd and 7.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete.
Wilson.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
47 is the mic. All day, dog. 25, check 25, check 25. Go, go, go.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big, big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at my coach. Well, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Now a throw here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
gain
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Touchdown.
A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Brandon McManus.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complimentary football?
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Touchdown.
DK Metcalf, 70 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
It is good.
And it's up and good.
That ties the game at 7. Jason.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. KJ Hamler, 77 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Brandon McManus lining up for the extra point.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And great field position coming up as he gets this just shy of the 45, out of bounds at the 44.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 44.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find Lindsey here. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 at the 48-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. A pitch comes to Lindsey. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
The ball carrier.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's going to have to hook up to Sutton. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They're going with Lindsey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
2nd and 5 now. Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown.
K.J. Hamler. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos will extend their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Broncos 21, Seahawks 7. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson.
And this a quick slant to Lockett.
And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. K.J. Hamler on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the 1st half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long...
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
They'll take over.
That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here, getting 3 points at the end of this.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Cortland Sutton on the touchdown pass from Drew Lock.
And the Broncos push further out in front.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st down, Wilson. And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Seahawks 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Throwing again here, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Russell Wilson on target to DK Metcalf.
And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left
for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Very short kick. This now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed. Because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson.
Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd and 9, Wilson, they'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
That's just what you call a chain mover right there. Nothing fancy. Get the ball out to the back, and you're asking him to make a little bit extra out of maybe what is nothing. And he does exactly that, picks up the first down. I can't wait till we get to the point, partner, where we're not saying chain mover, but we're saying laser pointer picks it up for the first down.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He'll go up top. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Denver.
KJ Hamler. 43 yards. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Broncos 42, Seahawks 14. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Carson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.